Hey y'all, time for the bro day. So I'm gonna do shoulders and arms. I'm gonna start with kind of that front delt press. I'm gonna squeeze the dumbbells together and just press a little bit overhead. All right, here's a little bit different angle just so you can see it. Do the upright row next. I really like that front delt press. I feel it just in my front delts. So that has been a good exercise for me. With the upright rows, I've lightened the weight some. It's real easy to just use momentum and get the weight up there. So I figured if I slow it down a little bit, make sure I'm controlling it, that should help to work the side delts a little bit better. That's what I'm going for. So it's not just about doing more weight just to do more weight. It's making sure we can keep that focus where we want it. And then hopefully over time, add weight to it. So let's get the second set. Back to doing one of my favorites. I love this incline side raise. All right, so time for the second set. What I'm gonna do here, hopefully I get the 9 reps like I did on the first set. But once I get done with that, I'm just gonna do some partials down in this bottom range, just to really kind of work the side delts as much as possible. That's it. So when I'm doing the partials, I'm trying to go all the way. I just can't. So the fatigue set in, can't get that far. And so then I try to keep that same distance on the partials. So I was about halfway or so, and then I couldn't keep that anymore. So I'll turn around, do the other side, but I won't film it since you'd just be looking at my back. Now we'll do basically the same thing for rear delt. So instead of coming up this way, it's just going to be straight out this way. All right, so same thing. I'm gonna do the second set. I'll do the partials at the end. I had a hard time getting 8 last time. Not sure that I'll get 8 this time, but hopefully 7 or so. I recommend doing that if you have a hard time, like with your feeling either middle delt or rear delt. I definitely feel it. So some of this, people have talked about lengthened partials recently. Years ago, Ironman was talking about X reps is what they call it, and it's basically lengthened partials. And then part of the idea for this too, John Meadows, think about doing some different things for like side and rear delts. Getting a heavy weight and just a partial lateral or partial side raise, like maybe laying on the bench face down, but going for really high reps, 30 to 60, but having a heavy weight. And I mean, you definitely got a pump in your shoulders and those muscles that you don't normally get. So if you're having a hard time feeling them, give these things a shot. It'll probably help you out some. All right, so moving on to arms, I'll superset biceps and triceps. I'm gonna do a close grip bench press, shortened range too. I'm not going all the way down to my chest because triceps do more in that lockout position anyway. The close grip should help emphasize triceps a little bit more too. So that's the reason for everything. All right, time for biceps. I'm gonna do a chin up. That way it works, excuse me, that mid-range position for the biceps. All right, so the mid-range position or exercise for tricep, it's going to be kind of this closer grip, neutral grip to dumbbell press. So I'll keep the dumbbells close and then this neutral grip. All right, push downs are next. All right, a concentration curl is next for the biceps. All right, so push downs kind of get the contracted position for triceps. The concentration curls gets the contracted position for biceps. So now it's time to move on to a stretch position. So this is kind of a modified overhead tricep extension. And then I'll do preacher curls for the bicep to get the stretch. Alright, so gonna do the dumbbell preacher curl. I guess you could see earlier on the overhead extension, got that doorway blocked, trying to keep Stormy from getting in there. She's small enough now where we can do that. It won't be long, she'll just jump right over it. Alright guys, that's it for today. So 2 sets of everything. I didn't film both sets, same thing. Just, a few I did, just to kind of let you see what it was like, especially doing those partials at the end. You can do that on a lot of exercises. It'll work better on some than others, but you can kind of play around with it and see if something works well for you. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow will be a rest day, and then I'll come back again, do another upper body session, probably climb a little bit that day too. So again, appreciate you guys watching this. Thanks so much. Please like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.